Hello, and welcome back to another episode of my 30 plus decks. Today I'm going to be showing off one that I just recently revamped. That is the Necrobloom. So the Necrobloom is a 4-cost, 2/7. It's one white, black, and green, so it is Abzan. 2/7 plant. Has landfall, so whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If I control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. It also has, or gives my lands in my graveyards the ability to dredge 2, so if I were to draw, I can instead mill 2 cards and return that land to my hand. So this deck is interesting as far as how I revamped it. I decided to make this deck its way to get differently named lands, or the way that I'm going for, are gates. And typically in Commander, I hear that unless you're going gates, you typically shouldn't run gates unless you don't have any other access to better lands, because there are better lands in Commander. Gates typically enter tapped. They tap for one of 2 colors, and the more recent gates that I have added have other abilities, and so they're honestly pretty cool. I have a total of 12 differently named lands that are gates. I also do have a Maze's End in the deck, and so I have a strategy of going for that as a win con. But just in general, this is a fun just gate Necrobloom deck. I also have Saprolings as kind of a sub-theme. Hopefully that shines through. Hopefully I can show off this deck well. It's definitely been one that I've been working on more recently, and I would say that I'm still working on it. So, let's just get right in there. Let's go turn 1. Draw. And start off with a Thriving Grove. It enters tapped. I choose a color other than green. I will choose white, so it can tap for green or white. Let's go to turn 2. Untap, upkeep, draw. That will be a swamp, tapping green and 1 for a Voyaging Satyr. That is 1/2. It can tap to untap target land. Turn 3. Untap, upkeep, draw. Very cool. Let's go Black Dragon Gate. It enters tapped. You know what? Actually, let me take that back. Let's go green. Thinking about it, it really doesn't matter. But green and 2 for Evolution Sage. And then I will play that Black Dragon Gate so I get to proliferate. What am I proliferating? Nothing. That's why I'm saying that it really doesn't matter. Anyways, turn 4. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Might as well go black. Oh, of course. Black Dragon Gate entering. I choose a color other than black. I choose green. So I can tap for black or green. So this will be green, white, black, and 1 for the Necrobloom. And it is turn 4. I've got 3 lands, so let me play Maze's End as my land for turn. That will be seen by the Necrobloom as my land for turn, or land entering, so I will make 1 plant. I will also proliferate, but from my side, there's nothing to proliferate right now. Let's go to turn 5. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Very cool. I don't know if I can do much with it yet. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is a little bit more of a long game. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 to tap Maze's End. And Maze's End, if you're not familiar, enters tapped. I can tap it for 1 of any color, and I can tap 3 and it to return Maze's End to its owner's hand. Search my library for a gate card, put it on the battlefield, shuffle your library. If I control 10 or more gates with different names, I win the game. So, tap 3, return that to my hand. I will search for a Gond Gate. Here it is. Its first line of text is what makes it one of the better gates in my deck. It says, gates I control enter the battlefield untapped. So if I were to play something similar to Black Dragon Gate, now I do have something other, I do have Groves, but no, I have the other 2 gates. They enter tapped. I choose a color other than, I guess the other 2 would be green or white. They would enter untapped. And it's great. Why not? Because the best part is, I haven't even played my land for the turn. So I will play... Oh, also, hold on. Gond Gate enters the battlefield. I can proliferate if I want to. Plants goes up to 2. I will play Maze's End. It enters the battlefield tapped. I will tap Voyaging Satyr to untap Maze's End. I could keep going if I had the mana, and that's why I have Voyaging Satyr in the deck. Either way, that will be Gond Gate for green, because I can tap it for green, because I have this one tapping for black or green. So it's green and 1 for Gaelic Readers. Has Alliance, so whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn, which I typically start off with making treasures. The other options are 1/1 counters on Gaelic Readers, or I gain 2 life. And also thinking about it, I forgot to make my 3rd plant, because Maze's End. Alright. That's looking good. Let's go to turn 6. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Okay. In that case, I would rather have more gates. So let's go for more gates. 1, 2, 3. To return Maze's End to my hand. And search for, this time it will be Baldur's Gate. Not in that half. There it is. Baldur's Gate, legendary land. It doesn't enter tapped, so that's nice as it is. Taps for a colorless, or I can tap 2 and it to add X mana of any 1 color, where X is the number of other gates I control. So it doesn't produce mana now, but it will. It will soon. Soon enough. Actually, no, it won't, because this is turn 6 out of 7, so I'm just kind of doing what I can with what I got. That being said, Baldur's Gate enters. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 differently named lands, so I still only get a plant. That plant entering will make me a treasure. That is tapped. The Maze's End will be my land for turn, and that will enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 differently named lands. So I'll make another plant, which will be seen by Gaelic Readers, and I will give him a 1/1 counter. And then I will proliferate. So I proliferate that 1/1 counter. There we go. Finally have something to proliferate. And then I could go ahead and sure. Let's make something big. Let's tap Voyaging Satyr. And I'll untap the Black Dragon Gate this time. And that will be green and 2 to cast Strength of the Harvest. And that one, I guess nothing has trample right now, so I guess I'll put it on the Necrobloom. It could also be a land. It is one of those MDFCs, so dual-sided cards. But it is enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature and or enchantment I control. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus my 5 plants. So it is getting +10/+10. That's a 12, 17 Necrobloom. could be swinging if I wanted to, but like I said, no trample. Let's just go to turn 7. Untap. Including that treasure, which is awesome. Upkeep. Nothing. Draw. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that I could do some interesting things now. Okay, but those interesting things would be double Maze's End, because I could do something like tap 3, use Maze's End to search for a gate. That gate will enter untapped, so I can use it to pay for Maze's End again. Maze's End does enter tapped, but I would use Voyaging Satyr to untap it. So I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates total. That would trigger the Necrobloom to make me, I believe, 1 more plant, and then 3 zombies, if I am counting correctly. 1 plant and 3 zombies. Even 1 plant and 2 zombies would get Gala Greeters triggers all the way. My other main option that I kind of want to do is Tendershoot Dryad, which right now I could get the City's Blessing like that. Let's see, I could also technically do Maze's End once to get another gate. Baldur's Gate is not producing mana until I have 4 gates. Right? I'd have to tap 2 plus itself to add 4. So yeah, I would have to have 1 more gate for it to actually produce any mana. This is just an interesting kind of loop of what to do. As far as the other things in my hand, I have Teysa Karlov, which gives creature tokens I control lifelink and vigilance. But all of my creature tokens are 0/1s. Song of the Dryads, which is enchant permanent and it becomes a colorless forest land, so I could make somebody's commander a land. Mortify, just destroy targeted creature or enchantment. And I do have Shana Sisay's Legacy, which gets +1/+1 for each creature I control, so currently would be 6, 7, 8, 9, would make herself a 10/10. I think as far as it goes, I would probably just do double Maze's End. Let's go 1, 2, 3 to return Maze's End to my hand and search for I'm not even sure if it matters. Basilisk Gate is a good one. So that will enter. I have 6. I have 6 differently named lands, so that will be another plant, which will make another tapped treasure. Another treasure that is tapped, so I have 1 tapped, 1 untapped. We'll shuffle, even though I'm probably going to search again in a second, because that will be Basilisk Gate entering. That's that plant. That will be Maze's End entering tapped, tapping Voyaging Satyr to untap Maze's End, to tap let's go tap 2 to tap Baldur's Gate and choose green. So I add 3 green. It's for each other gate I control. So I would have to have 5 gates to make it mana positive. That's okay. Still could do that. That's 3. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It actually doesn't even matter. I would need 1 more gate. So either way that I tap that, return Maze's End to my hand, and search for 1 more gate that enters the battlefield untapped. Either way, I could go Manor Gate. You know what? Actually, let's go Heap Gate. That's one of my new ones. Heap Gate. Tap it for a colorless. I can tap 1 and it to add 1 mana of any color. I can tap 1 and it and tap an untapped gate I control to create a treasure token. that land entering. Oh, let's see. I forgot. Maze's End entering. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maze's End makes 7. So that will make me a zombie. And then Heapgate entering will make me a second zombie. Which I have also been forgetting proliferate triggers. That would be Basilisk Gate. Maze's End. Heapgate. Yes. I cannot play multiple lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Whew. Yeah, something like that. Now, Heapgate doesn't tap for one of any color. So if I really wanted to do something more, I could search for something that taps for green or white. To use it and a treasure to cast Shauna, which is actually a pretty good idea. I did choose Heapgate, but I just looked for it, so I think that I will research. First one that I found, bam. Golgari Guildgate enters tapped, but because of Gauntgate, it doesn't enter tapped. Tap it for a green and use this treasure, leaving behind only my tapped treasure for Shauna Sisay's Legacy, which is currently a 1, 2, 3, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, currently a 13, 13, and making the Necrobloom, that would make it, what, plus 14, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's a 16, 21 Necrobloom, something like that, yeah. Well, I guess that showed off the deck. Definitely didn't show as much Saproling as I wanted to. I did mention that I had Tender Shoot Dryad in my hand, and I could have played that this turn instead of doing Gates, and I would have been able to just immediately get the City's Blessing. And on each upkeep, I make a 1/1 Saproling, which, him being out, Saprolings I control get +2/+2 because I just have the City's Blessing. Anyways, I was a little bit crazy with landfall triggers and proliferations and plants. Hope you enjoyed. I definitely had fun. This is still a work in progress. I've mentioned it before, but it's very fun to have a commander deck that actually legitimately is trying to use Gates. And the Necrobloom, I think, is the perfect commander for it. I think that I did mention, maybe I didn't mention, how similar the Necrobloom is to Field of the Dead. I do not own a Field of the Dead, but if I did, it would go into this deck. Yeah, I would just swap that in, piece of cake. Anyways, that's that. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you see the next one, or see the last one. That Ovika one's crazy. Check it out. See ya. Bye.